So then I went on AliExpress. I found the exact same product that they were selling, and I built my own brand around the same exact product that they were selling, and I just sold it cheaper, and I just used better pictures than them. And that store went from 0 to 45,000 in like 2 months, and I was able to quit my job.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hustle Up podcast. My name is Clint.
I'm Jonathan.
And today we're sitting down with William Rivera.
Yes, sir.
Dude, you've got a story.
The e-commerce god.
The e-commerce god, Felon at 17, and founder of Ecom Degree University. You're 22 years old. You teach other people how to make money, passive income, online. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, so basically I do two things. So drop shipping and Amazon wholesale. So for you guys that are listening right now that don't know what drop shipping is, all it is being a middleman online. So basically selling a product online without physically having to have any inventory or shipping anything yourself. Meaning, for example, let's say I'm selling a makeup brush online, right? I'm selling it for $20.
Right.
Someone goes on my website, buys it for $20. The customer's $20 is then deposited into my bank account the next business day. I then take the customer's money to order that makeup brush at wholesale price from my supplier, and my supplier then ships it to my customer. So again, I never saw or touched the product. I also do Amazon wholesale. I recently got into it about a year ago. And that's basically, you partnering up with name brands, like for example, Fiji, Logitech, Sony, brands that people already know and buying their products wholesale and selling them on Amazon. And again, you never see or touch the product because you're doing it through Amazon's FBA program. FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, meaning whenever you get an order, your inventory is actually in Amazon's warehouse already, and they're shipping out the product for you as your orders come in.
So is this a job or a passive stream of income?
I would say it's not completely passive. It definitely requires a little work. I mean, you could definitely automate it as well, but it's definitely closer to passive than it is a job.
Let's go.
How do I decide if I want to do drop shipping or FBA? Like, what's that decision process?
Yeah, so I started out with drop shipping, and I recommend people get into drop shipping first simply because you don't need as much money to get started.
And just clarify, drop shipping is on Shopify.
Yeah. So I drop ship on Shopify. You don't need a lot of money to get started simply because, like I said, you're using the customer's money to fund your orders. You will need to use a little bit of your money for marketing purposes, but it's minimal spending. Whereas Amazon FBA, you actually need to purchase inventory up front and then store it in Amazon's warehouse, and then you'll make the sale. So you need a little bit more money to get into Amazon rather than drop shipping.
Could you do this job from New Zealand or Bali or wherever? Is this Wi-Fi money?
Yeah, that's the best thing about it. You can do this from anywhere in the world. So like I actually have students from Germany, making close to six figures. I have students in Ghana. One of my students in Ghana made like $50K last month. So, you can do this from anywhere in the world.
Something you could do with a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, exactly.
So good.
My question is more centered around, regardless of where you live, could you do this while you're traveling?
Yeah, definitely. It's because your
from
online
the computer.
Yeah, because your online store, whether you're drop shipping with Shopify, your online website, or if you're selling on Amazon, Amazon.com, they both run 24/7, 365. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing.
So no brick and mortar. You don't need to pay rent, physical location, no ties down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool, man.
So let's dissect both the Shopify drop shipping and the Amazon fulfillment. So tell me about what it was the first moves that you made on Shopify drop shipping. We'll start with the less risk, less reward, right?
Right. So when it came to Shopify drop shipping, I started 4 years ago. And the first move that I really made was I started to, and this is the biggest mistake that people make when they start out, is they try to find some like revolutionary product, or they try to find some crazy looking product to try to sell. And I always tell people, sell something that's already selling. So that's exactly what I did, and that's what I found success in. Is I found a bracelet that was trending online. I don't know if you've ever seen, it's called a distance bracelet. So it's like a white beaded bracelet with one black bead on it.
Yeah.
And then it's a black beaded bracelet with one white bead on it. And it's like the boyfriend has one, the girlfriend has one. But I saw it trending online. This was 4 years ago. And I saw an ad of it, and then a month went by, didn't really think too much of it. And I saw another ad of this from the same company. And, I started to do some research on it. And a lot of people don't know, but if you actually search up any brand on Facebook, just go to facebook.com, search up a brand on the search bar, and you go to their Facebook page, there's this column on their Facebook page called page transparency. And what that'll show you is it'll show you all the active ads that brand has running. And it'll show you when they started running the ads. So I looked up this brand that was selling this bracelet on Facebook, and I went to their page transparency, and I saw that they were running this ad for this bracelet for 6 months now. Like, they've had it running for 6 months. So I was like, okay, no one pays money for a product to be shown for 6 months if it's not making them money, right? So then I went on AliExpress. I found the exact same product that they were selling, and I built my own brand around the same exact product that they were selling, and I just sold it cheaper, and I just used better pictures than them. And, that store went from 0 to 45,000 in like 2 months, and I was able to quit my job.
2 quick questions. One, not questions. One's a question and one's a statement. Shout out to you, because by following you on Instagram, I knew about that page transparency thing. So now when I've been looking for products, I've been going to their Facebook profiles, hitting page transparency, and searching the ad library.
Yep.
And so that's some serious game. The second thing is, what methods do you use for finding those viral products? Do you need those softwares? Like, what is it?
So there's softwares out there that'll make it easier for you, definitely. But
what are those called?
There's things called like Ad Spy. So there's this software called Ad Spy. It's like $10 a month, and it'll basically pull all the ads that have the most engagement from Facebook and show them to you. And usually the ads with the most engagement are making sales.
Okay.
So it makes that process easier for you. But you can also just use like TikTok. You can go to TikTok and you can type in like hashtag
What's poppin'?
Yeah. So like hashtag TikTok must-haves or hashtag TikTok made me buy it. You can also search that on YouTube, and you'll see compilations of TikTok made me buy it products or TikTok must-have products. And then now you can sort those videos by most recent, and now you can see what's currently trending from the most recent videos that have been published.
So
This is free game.
So even if it's already a trending product on a TikTok or on a YouTube, that doesn't mean it's too late for you to sell.
Yeah, like I don't believe in the word saturated.
It's hot now.
Yeah.
You don't believe in the word saturated?
I don't believe in the word saturated. I feel like when something's trending and a lot of people are selling it, that just proves to you that there's money to be made in that market.
Let's go.
So because and I used to think saturated was a real thing, but when I made money off that bracelet, I realized that it wasn't real, because that company that I found that was selling that bracelet had been selling it for years. And there was a bunch of other brands selling that same product for years as well. But because that product is in so much demand, anyone is able to enter into that market and make money as long as your marketing's good and you're selling it for a decent price.
Now, is there a time limit on that? Does that relationship expire?
I feel like it does expire eventually, but I mean, there's products that have been selling for so long now. Like, for example, like that bracelet is still selling, and this was 4 years ago.
Do you still sell it?
Nah, I don't sell it anymore. I made my money and I got out. If I knew what I know now, I'd probably still be selling it.
Okay.
I'd probably have $1 million brand with that product if I knew what I know now. But I got out too early because I was just learning as I go.
Yeah.
But I feel like things do have a timeline to it, but you can definitely make money for a long time off these products that are trending.
What do you know now about that you didn't know then that would have turned that into $1 million brand? Yeah,
so back then I was just making quick money, right? Like I was just drop shipping. I wasn't trying to brand it at all. I was just throwing up ads on Instagram feed, Instagram stories.
When you say brand, are you talking private labeling or are you talking branding the marketing?
I was private label. So like drop shipping is at the end of the day, you want to private label the product if it's successful. So like if I were to redo what I did, I would have sold that product, and as soon as I saw it having success, getting consistent sales, I would have then contacted the supplier and been like, yo, look, I'm making you this consistent amount of sales a day. Is there a better price that you can give me? So boom, immediately I would have cut
faster shipping.
Yeah, I would have got faster shipping, and I would immediately cut my costs. So I would have get more profit, right? And then I would have asked him to put my logo on the product. So now I'm getting brand awareness. Now my product looks more legitimate. And, just by doing that and then maybe even sending the product out to influencers and spending a little money to have influencers post my product, I would have generated what's called UGC, which is user-generated content, which is what, brands have used to build billion-dollar companies like Gymshark.
Yeah.
Gymshark has literally become a $1 billion company simply because they've used influencers.
It's word by mouth on
Yeah.
a digital platform.
Exactly. Same with Fashion Nova.
How far could this go if like, let's say you're 17? How far could a one-man operation go before you had to hire help or scale?
You could do 7 figures by yourself. And even when
that's
Does it
top
become a
line,
full-time
not
thing
profit.
at that time? Sorry, go ahead with that.
That's top line.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you could do 7 figures by yourself. After that, I would say, yeah, you need to hire people. But I mean, the main things that you need to hire out would be customer service and order fulfillment. And even those 2 things, you would just hire someone overseas to do it for you. You know, you could literally run a 7 to 8 figure e-commerce empire with just, you know, Philippine VAs doing everything for you.
And the end goal being something like Gymshark or Fashion
Yeah,
Nova.
and then the end goal would be you to then have maybe your own warehouse with your own product in-house, and then you would go on to hire, you know, employees to work that.
Have you hit that level yet?
No, and I really don't aspire to hit that level. I tell people all the time, like, I do e-commerce, but I'm not really passionate about making money online. You know, I'm passionate about freedom and being able to work from anywhere and being able to use that money to invest into other things like real estate, crypto, etc. I never really had, I did in the beginning, but I have homies that have, you know, those types of businesses. They have warehouses and all that stuff. And I really just, I don't want to have to deal with all that the operations that goes into
all the
that type of
overhead.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So, and then on the content itself, you're pretty much just seeing what works. Like, you'll go onto Fashion Nova's website and see how a multi-million-dollar company sets their marketing up, and then you just rinse and repeat.
Yeah,
right?
you can literally go to Fashion Nova's Facebook page right now and see all the ads that they currently have running. And that strategy works for things, you know, far past e-commerce.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like for your roofing business, you could go to like your top competitors or the top roofing companies, and you can see what ads are working for them. You can see what ads they've had on for the longest period of time. You can see the exact copywriting that they're using per ad. You can see which ones they've turned on, turned off. So it just helps for every type of
Just
business.
by the page transparency tool?
Yeah, just by using that.
That's wild. When you're ready to go to a supplier and say, I want a private label in bulk, what's that threshold? Like, have you made that supplier $5,000, $10,000?
I mean, there's really no threshold. I would say as long as you're getting consistent sales every day, even if you've been doing it for a week, you know, they want you to keep buying from them because they're not the only ones selling that product. You know, like, for example, when I was selling my bracelet, there's 30 other people on AliExpress selling that bracelet.
Right.
So they want you to keep working with them. So if you contact them and let them know that you're looking for a cheaper price, most of the times they're going to work with you, especially if you're already making them money.
Yeah, 100. That's awesome. So, okay, do you ever use, last question on the Shopify dropshipping, do you ever use American suppliers or do you stick to AliExpress?
Yeah, so I've used American suppliers before, especially if I'm like drop shipping something that does well for a certain holiday. Let's say Mother's Day is coming up or Valentine's Day is coming up, and I need to make sure that that product ships fast. I might switch over to a U.S. supplier for short-term purposes.
Yeah.
But most of the time I start with the overseas supplier just because it's much cheaper. And if I am selling it consistently, you can always order in bulk and then find like it's called a 3PL company over here. So it's like a third-party fulfillment company where you can basically order the overseas product in bulk and store it in a warehouse over here. And then every time you get an order, they ship it out. Kind of like how Amazon does it with their FBA program.
So it's just like a third-party FBA?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So I want to talk about the Amazon thing next, and then after that, I want to go into
his backstory.
Yeah, I want to hear the story. Let's do the story first, and then we'll jump into the Amazon.
All right. So,
17 years old.
All right, yeah, so we'll start at 17. Cool. So 17 years old, yeah, I'm a senior in high school.
Where at?
And I'm going to Collinsville High School, so in Gwinnett County.
Okay.
And don't know anything about e-commerce, don't know anything about that stuff. At the time, I hoop at my school, so I play basketball.
Nice.
It got to the point where, you know, everyone that plays sports in high school thinks they're going to go to the league, right? Until you get that reality check, like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to go to the league. So I need to find out something else that I'm going to do. So when that hit me, honestly, when I stopped playing basketball in high school, that's when my life really started to go downhill. So like I was like, all right, I'm not gonna play sports. So what do? So I was like, all right, I need to make money. So I started getting all these jobs. You know, I worked at QT, Burlington, Panera, like just Steak and Shake, like all these jobs, getting fired from every single one of these jobs. And there was a point in time where I really just thought, like, why am I getting fired from all these jobs? Like, is there something wrong with me? But it just like, I was never built to work for someone else. Like, I just wasn't disciplined enough to just follow these instructions.
Show up when they want you to.
Yes, exactly. So like, I just kept getting fired from these jobs. Eventually, it got to the point where I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I got caught in this situation where I got arrested on a felony charge working there, right? And I'm still on probation for what I did there, which I can't speak on too much because I'm still on probation for it. So I'm on 5-year probation for this. And
that was 17. You're 22 now.
Yeah, I'm 22 now.
It means it's coming up.
Oh yeah, you're almost done.
Yeah.
When?
So it's gonna be next October.
We're gonna party. We're gonna throw down.
Yeah. So I got arrested on a felony charge during my senior year, and I just remember like just not knowing like what I was gonna do, just being scared of because I got arrested and they didn't give me my court date until a year after. So I got arrested at 17, but I got my court date when I was 18, and I got charged as an adult.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So then I got 5 years probation. So when that happened, or I graduated from high school, and just like everyone else, I was just like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go to college, because I mean, what else am I gonna do? So my grades weren't good, so the only college that I got accepted to was a community college called Georgia Gwinnett College. Mm-hmm. So I went there. I was like, at the time I was into crypto. So, I was buying Bitcoin, buying Ethereum with the money that I did have from like saved from my jobs. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to college for a computer science degree, and I'm gonna learn how to code because I want to get into coding blockchain. That was like my plan. And I went into college with that plan, and I didn't realize that to get a computer science degree, you had to be really fucking good at math. I was not good at math. So I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. So literally within half a semester, I dropped out of college. And I got a job working at an Amazon warehouse. So I was working from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. in a warehouse in Jefferson, Georgia. I didn't have a car, so I would just Uber to work every day, 30 minutes. So half of my paycheck would go into Ubers just to go to work, right? And at the time, when I graduated from high school, my mom actually moved to Ohio. So I was living with my cousin in his guest room here in Gwinnett. And I remember just working at this Amazon warehouse, and I would one of my jobs was to load these semi-trucks with Amazon packages, just load the whole thing. It would take like 2 hours to just load a whole semi-truck of Amazon boxes.
Wow.
And I would just see like all these, I would be like putting the products in the boxes and everything. I would just see all this stuff going out. And it just made me like curious about like how much money these people were making on Amazon. And that's when I just started doing my own research on YouTube. And then obviously, YouTube, once you start watching videos, you start getting hit with the ads that are related to, whatever it is you're watching.
Like the Take My Course ads?
Yeah. So I started seeing like the Ty Lopez ads, right?
Okay.
And then really just seeing his content and other people's content on YouTube kind of like changed my mindset about money. And I started realizing that, there are people out here my age that are making a lot of money online. So, I started taking all the money that I was making from Amazon, all my checks, and I was putting them into like buying e-commerce courses. I bought like a bunch of Ty Lopez's programs, like 67 Steps, just different programs that he had.
Was that helpful for you, Ty Lopez's?
Yeah. It was helpful in the fact that it taught me differently how to think about certain things. So, I was buying those types of programs, and I started getting into drop shipping because that's what I learned about drop shipping via YouTube. And I started just spending and then I got another job at LA Fitness, and I just started taking all of my money and spending it towards Facebook ads. And literally I went a year probably that I spent all of my money on Facebook ads and didn't make any money. But then, one day I got one sale, and it was from that bracelet. And that day that I got that one sale, I quit my job because, and I tell people all the time, like, I don't recommend this, but I quit my job because when I made that one sale online, that was all the proof of concept that I needed to know that this is real. Because at the time that I was doing this, I was obviously skeptical because I had never done anything like this before as far as like selling products online, doing e-commerce. But when I had that first cha-ching on my phone from my store, I was like, all right, yeah, this is real. And I know that if I put all my attention to it, I can grow it to something that can get me out of my current situation. So when I made that first sale online, I quit my job and I took my last check and I dumped it all into this store, and I grew it from 0 to 45,000 in a couple months, and I haven't worked a job since that day.
That's amazing.
Let's go.
How much was that first product you sold?
How much did it cost me?
Like, what did you make? What was your profit from it?
So that from that 45,000, I probably made like close to like 20,000.
So the margins are a little under 50%, a little above, depending on what you sell.
Yeah.
And I remember you told that story before when I heard you speak at the Beyond Millennial Movement event.
Right.
And you said that you had put $3 in and got $5 back, right, on the first product, something like that.
Yeah.
And that was like, that's how you should be spending it to test products, right? And that's what you did. And you saw that and you're like, all right, I'm going to move forward with that. And then you never looked back after that. It was only, you became the ecom god from there.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
crazy. So then you how old are you at this point? You made 45K after 2 months. You're how old?
I think I'm like 18 years old. 18 years old, just made 45K. And, you know, I just continue selling on that store. It got to the point where I saw the product taking a decline in sales. And at the time, like I said, I didn't know what I know now. So when I saw the sales going down, I kind of got scared, and I was like, okay, this product's not selling anymore. I need to find a new product. So what I did is I listed the store for sale on what's called the Shopify Exchange.
Okay.
The Shopify Exchange is the #1 website to buy and sell Shopify stores. So I listed it for sale, and literally within a week, someone bought my store for $3,000. So I got a $3,000 just deposited in my account, and I was lit. I was like, all right, bet. I took this money and I just started finding other products. And while I was doing all this too, I was documenting it on Instagram.
There you go.
So then I had a bunch of like old like high school friends, college friends, like asking me like, yo, how do you do this? How do you do this? And of course, like the close homies, I was helping them for free, and they started getting results. So like the podcast that I just did before this, I did it with one of my friends. His name's Des Howard. And he was one of my first friends that hit me up when I was doing this. And he's actually a college athlete. And while he was at his college playing football, he had FaceTimed me because he wanted me to help him do whatever it is I was doing. And I helped him, and he was able to make, you know, like $50,000 from my help, right?
Wow.
And when I started helping these people and I started seeing them get results, they would post it. And then more and more and more people started hitting me up. So it got to the point where like I couldn't help everyone that was hitting me up.
It's at UGC.
Yeah.
So
good.
what's the best selling product you've ever listed?
Best selling product I ever sold was the Rose Bear.
Okay.
So you've probably seen it. It's a teddy bear made of roses.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so we were able to sell like over 6 figures of that product in less than a week.
What's the margin on that percentage?
So it was a little under 50% again.
Wow.
So that product was just insanely hot because it was just a new viral product and that no one had ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And we sold it, you know, a little bit before Mother's Day, like a couple weeks before Mother's Day. So that's why I did well. And that's one of those products that people have literally built $1 million brands around, and some people are still selling it to this day.
Yeah. Let me ask you one more question about the Shopify dropshipping. Whenever walk me through the process of when you find a product, what do you do next? Like, do you make a Shopify store strictly for that product with a domain name strictly for that product, or could you throw it onto, you know, like hustlup.com and whatever that product is we have that week? Do you understand what I'm
Would
asking?
that be the same as white label or?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be a white label. I don't think it would be a white label. It's just like, it would just be like the branding. Do you create the branding based off the product, or do you just throw the product in the store?
Yeah, so I think the best way to do it is to create like a hybrid store. So you got general stores where some people just create like Amazon type stores where they just try to sell everything. And you got like a niche store where it's very niche on one thing. I like doing a hybrid, which is like a mix of both. So like if you find a product that you think would do well, I would create a store around that one product, but you would also have other products on that store that would complement that one product. But 90% of your revenue is going to come from that winning product.
But because I'll tell you what our situation is, because we made a store based off your course to kind of be a revenue generator for Hustle Up, and the store is called shopformybaby.com, like solid domain.
Right.
And so we just had a bunch of baby products on there. And the one that sold the best, we branched off and made, it's one of those peekaboo pets. It's like a, you know what I'm talking about? It's a pet that, like, if it has like elephant ears, the elephant ears will come down and like peekaboo for babies. So that sold the best. So we made mypeekaboopal.com. So I guess like my question is, should we keep Shop for My Baby with the main product and supplementary products, or continue with the My Peekaboo Pal
You'll probably find more success with the My Peekaboo store, just because it's more niche, and you can make a lot of money just focusing on selling one product
in a custom branded store for that one product. So whenever you find a new product, you make a new store for it. Is that what?
If it's not directly related to what it is I'm currently selling, which most of the time it isn't. So yeah.
We were talking last night about keeping shopformybaby.com as the A/B testing site. So when we're dealing with baby products, we've got a target market, we've got that figured out, but we keep throwing up new A/B tests on Shop for My Baby. When we find the product that works, we build a new website branded around that.
That's a good strategy.
Okay.
How do you like when you're testing products, do you do like, let's say you find 3 different products and then you create 5 ad sets per product and put $3 to $5 into each ad set and then get that data? Like, what's your process of testing a product?
So my process is, let's say I'm testing one. Most of the time, I'm only testing one product at a time. So like if I'm testing like the Rose Bear, I'll use the Rose Bear for example. Like if I were to test for the Rose Bear, I would have probably like 20 ad sets, right? And they're all using the same picture ad, right?
So it's the same ad, 20 ad sets.
Yes, same picture or video, whatever it is I'm testing. And I have 20 different ad sets, all targeting a different interest. So like ad set number 1 might be targeting couples. Ad set number 2 might be targeting, just
single moms in Atlanta.
Just something different, right? So I have 20 different things that I'm targeting. And then after that, I kind of just, after 2 days, I see what's working, what's not. And, I cut what's not working, keep what's working, and I scale from there. Or
how do you identify if it's working or not? What is that?
So like what I do is like, let's say if you're testing at $3 a day and you're selling the Rose Bear for $20, right? And it's cost you $10. That means your profit margin is $10, right? That's also your break even point. So what I do is I won't let an ad set spend more than my break-even point without making me money.
Got it.
So if my ad set spends more than $10 without getting me a sale, I'm going to cut it.
That makes sense.
And that's kind of how I evaluate what I keep on, what I cut.
Cool. Yeah. So Shopify Dropshipping, I think you've answered all my questions. We heard your amazing backstory. That's incredible. Like the fact that you were able to make that transition at such a young age, and from living a life where you're getting fired from jobs and your main hustle, which was basketball at the time, was over. It's, we talk about the Pareto principle all the time. It's 80% mindset, and then being able to consistently compound on that with action. Right. The next thing I want to talk about is the Amazon FBA, because that's the larger opportunity. More overhead, so more risk, but more revenue opportunity. And then I want to get into coaching and building like a membership program. So let's talk Amazon FBA.
Yeah, so Amazon wholesale, because there's a lot of ways to sell on Amazon. You got Amazon retail arbitrage, which is basically, you go into Marshalls, TJ Maxx.
Dude, I got destroyed doing that. Well, I lost a little over a couple $1,000 because they blacklisted my card information. Like nobody, I don't know what I did wrong, but nobody was letting me buy products from them. Bed Bath & Beyond, you name it. They blacklisted my VPN, or I don't know what the hell got blacklisted.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
I don't mess with like retail arbitrage or drop shipping on Amazon because I've heard of stories like that. Yeah. But I know a lot of people that do that though. So like retail arbitrage is like one route that I've never played with, but I do know people that make money doing it. Then you got private label, which is basically you going on Alibaba or you using a supplier and basically getting a generic product and branding it and then putting it on Amazon. So there's a bunch of like 7-figure companies that have done that, and they make 7 figures strictly just on Amazon's traffic that do that. You can do that. It is a little harder though, because you're literally listing a brand new product on Amazon that has 0 reviews. So you still need to run some type of ads to get some traffic there.
If you did do private label, it'd probably behoove you or be smart of you to do Amazon and Shopify.
Yeah, I mean,
Would it?
Yeah, because if you have a Shopify store and you're running ads to it, then adding it on Shopify would just give you more, more views.
Yeah.
And you could direct customers from Amazon to Shopify and vice versa.
Can you ship from Amazon FBA to a Shopify customer?
Yeah, you can actually do that. You can have Amazon be your like supplier. So when you get Shopify orders, they can ship to your Shopify customers.
So
too.
you mentioned retail arbitrage, which for people listening who don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going on to bedbathandbeyond.com, taking the pictures of their product they have, taking the description of their product they have, the whole listing, and putting it on your Amazon store.
So it's basically like it's going to stores, going to physical stores like TJ Maxx and stuff like that, or going to their websites.
Yeah.
And then buying their products for cheap and then selling them on Amazon. And since you're buying like well-known brands, most of the time those listings are already on Amazon, so you don't have to create anything.
So I wasn't even buying the products. I was waiting for the product to be sold on Amazon and then going and buying the product.
This is not retail arbitrage. Is not drop shipping.
No.
I mean, it's a form of drop shipping.
No, you're buying a product, then shipping it to Amazon for FBA, right?
You're buying the product and then shipping it to the customer who just bought it from you on Amazon.
But if I buy the product after the customer pays me and I use the customer's money and
then technically it is drop shipping. Yeah,
it's like
do it that way.
Yeah. So that's what I think that's where we went wrong. Like, if the e-commerce god is like, don't retail arbitrage. We shouldn't have retail arbitrage, but it was a lesson to learn. And so you got that, and then you've got private labeling, which is making a product. Finding it cheap in China, basically putting your branding on it.
Creating a brand and then putting it on Amazon and then growing that brand on Amazon.
Which is different than what we were talking about with Shopify, because you're creating the branding for that marketing content. You're not putting branding on a water bottle or on something, right?
Right. I mean, you are technically, but
there's just overlap.
You have it on Amazon, yeah.
Okay, and what's the third another way?
The third one is the one that I do, which is Amazon Wholesale, which is basically you're opening up wholesale accounts with big name brand companies
like who?
Logitech, Sony, just big brand names that everyone knows, right? And you're opening up wholesale accounts with them, and you're buying their products at wholesale prices, and you're selling it on Amazon for whatever Amazon's selling it for or whatever retail price is for. And this way I've found to be the most efficient because, number one, you're selling a product from a brand that is already credible. You're selling a product that already has thousands of reviews on Amazon, already has listings on Amazon, and you're also combining Amazon's credibility with a well-known brand's credibility. So that's like the holy grail of e-commerce right there.
You get to take advantage of the amount of traffic that goes through Amazon too, that one-stop shop advantage.
Exactly. So this is one of the only ways you can sell online without having to use paid advertising.
How do you get in touch with a Sony and get them to agree to let you resell their product?
So when it comes to this, you need two things. So number one, you need an LLC. You need a business license.
You can do this all online. You can go start an account with them.
Yeah. So as long as you have an LLC or business license, because I have international students that don't even need, an LLC or nothing. But in the U.S., you need like a LLC business license, and then you need a reseller's permit. So if you're listening to this and you don't know how to get your LLC business license, all you got to do is go to the Secretary of State for wherever you live. You can get it on that website. And then to get your reseller's permit, you go to the Department of Revenue for whatever state you live in. In Georgia, to get your reseller's permit, it's completely free.
Is that the same thing as an ST5?
Yes, same thing. So it's basically just saying that you're buying these products in intent to resell, and you don't have to pay sales tax on it.
No double taxation, right?
Yeah.
So you're paying sales tax or charging for the sales tax. You're charged for the sales tax when you buy the product.
Or when you sell.
When you sell the product, yeah. But not when you buy the product.
Yeah, exactly.
So walk me through how you do it, like so you make let's say you make a partnership with Sony.
Right.
And this is, again, you've identified that Sony's who you want to partner with because you found a product that's trending right now on TikTok. Something. Same methodology for finding trending products.
Right.
So you find that product, you make that deal with Sony, then what?
So then basically,
let's say it's a keyboard.
Right. So if I see that a keyboard is doing well on Amazon, right? The first thing that I want to do is, it's a little different than drop shipping. I probably wouldn't go on TikTok.
Okay.
What I would do is I would just go directly on Amazon, go to their like best sellers, or go to what's called, You can type in on Google Amazon movers and shakers, and it's a specific site on Amazon that shows you all the products that have significantly gone up in sales rank in the past 24 hours. And it's updated hourly too. So you can go on there, you can see like the products that are trending.
Yeah.
And if you see like a good name brand product and you see that it doesn't, that there's not too much competition on it. Because again, if you go on Amazon and you click on a listing, below the buy box, which is where the buy now button is, it'll tell you how many sellers are on the listing.
Oh, wow.
Because it'll say available from other sellers. And if you click on that, it'll show every single seller that is also selling it, right? So if I see something where the numbers make sense, I'll contact the company. So like if, for example, if it was like a Sony mic or keyboard or whatever, I would go to Sony's website. I would scroll all the way down to the bottom of their website. And usually at the very bottom, there's a wholesale tab. If there's not a wholesale tab, there'll be a contact us. So if there's a wholesale, I'll go through there and just submit the form, and it's as easy as that. If there's not a wholesale tab, I'll go to the contact us. And when you go to the contact us, usually it'll have you fill out some information, and it'll be like, why are you contacting us?
Right.
And you'll select product inquiry or wholesale. It'll be one of the options. And you'll basically say something like, hey, I'm looking to place a purchase order. Can you please send me your price list? I have attached my reseller's permit below. And then you just send that, let them know that you mean business by attaching the reseller's permit below, letting them know that you already got all that in place. And then you just wait for them to get back to you. You know, some of them are going to accept you and send it to you. Some of them aren't. It's a numbers game. As you acquire more wholesale accounts, it'll be easier to acquire other ones. But that's basically the game.
So after they give you, let's say they give you a stamp of approval, boom, you're good to resell our keyboards. What do you do next? So
then after that, after they give you the price list of all their products with the wholesale prices, then it just goes to, I use this tool called Scan Unlimited. So what Scan Unlimited is, it's a software where you can upload a CSV file. So like these companies are going to give you a CSV file of all their inventory with all the wholesale prices, right? Or whatever they're charging you for their products.
Yeah.
And Scan Unlimited is a software where you can upload this CSV file and it'll scan all the products and all the wholesale prices, and it'll pull all the Amazon prices of that particular product, and it'll calculate all the Amazon fees for you and tell you what your net profit will be per unit sold.
What's that called?
After fees and everything. It's called Scan Unlimited.
That's game,
like
right
a entrepreneurial scavenger hunt.
Yeah. So you just upload the list on there, and it just scans the CSV file. It takes off the Amazon fees, everything. It'll tell you like, look, this is what your net profit is per unit. You'll find that some items aren't profitable. Some are. The ones that are profitable, you would then turn around and go to your supplier and be like, look, I want to order these ones. What's your best price on these?
How many? So you're ordering like 100?
So some companies, they'll have an MOQ, so minimum order quantity. So you'll have to order that minimum. So what I would do is I would just order the minimum, see how it goes. If it goes well, you then go order more. And then you ask for like a volume discount. Like if I order this much, could you give me an even better discount?
I've got a lot of friends who will spend their Saturdays going to Target or Dollar General, looking at the clearance aisle and just finding products that'll sell. They said it's like it's like a conveyor belt, and you put these products on the conveyor belt, and they go through Amazon's line and outprints money or profit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's how it is.
That's crazy. And then so you find that product. So okay, so let's say stick to the keyboard thing. You order 100 keyboards because you've used ScanLink?
Yeah, Scan Unlimited.
Scan Unlimited. You know that this is profitable on Amazon. The MOQ is 100. So the minimum order quantity is 100. And so you buy 100 of these, and then you just have them ship it to the Amazon FBA center?
Yeah, so then you order it from your supplier, and then Amazon will give you all the info that you need to give to the supplier, like the address and everything. And then
where to deliver.
Yeah, so then the supplier ships it straight to Amazon's warehouse. Amazon will send you an email that the shipment has come in, and then as your orders come in, Amazon will then ship out your product.
How do you optimize yourself as a seller for Amazon to be shipping out the most of your keyboards?
So what Amazon does is, as long as you are selling it for the best price and you have the best shipping option, then they're going to put you in rotation of the sales. So for example, like if let's say I'm selling the Sony keyboard and my units are in Amazon's warehouse, but you're selling the Sony keyboard and your units are at your house, you're shipping it yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to get more sales than you because since Amazon has my units, I have prime shipping on all my orders and you don't.
Yeah, so you're Amazon Prime instead of a third-party seller.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to make more money than you.
Are you paying a premium on that?
I mean, you do when you have Amazon Prime, you have to pay like the Amazon fees, like the FBA fees. So you have to pay them like for holding your inventory, shipping your inventory, but they take that out before they pay you.
And that Scan Unlimited factors those.
Yeah, and Scan Unlimited factors those FBA fees for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, I'm good on the Amazon FBA. Are you?
I'm just curious about what type of fees that Amazon takes. Is it 20%, 30%?
It's different per category. So I know like for books, they'll take like 10%. And then for like video games, they take like 15%. So it's like different per category. But Amazon, if you have an Amazon sellers account, they have an FBA calculator. And literally you just type in any item that it is that you're selling. You just type it in and it'll show you the exact fees. So Amazon will tell you what the fees are.
But you don't
as
even
well.
need that if you got Scan Unlimited.
Yeah. Scan Unlimited does it for you.
Yeah.
But even if you don't have Scan Unlimited and you're just trying to figure out before you even get the price list or whatever, you can type in the product that you're
They
selling.
offer a tool for that.
And they'll tell you like, look, this is how much we're going to charge you.
Yeah.
So like if you ship it yourself, you'll honestly make more money because you won't have to pay the FBA fees. But FBA is just more scalable because let's say if you're doing 100 units a day, not many people can ship 100 units out themselves a day.
Yeah.
But if you're doing FBA, they're easily shipping out those 100 units for you a day with Prime shipping.
So should you start with maybe not doing FBA and then when you hit like a critical load, you switch over to FBA?
I mean, I would tell people just start with FBA because again,
Okay.
like I told you, if you're on a listing and you're doing Prime and someone else isn't, you're going to get the bulk load of the sales.
It's the purest way to do it, right?
Yeah. Even if your profit margin is small in the beginning, it's scalable and sustainable. Whereas like if you're shipping it out yourself and you're not shipping things out on time, like you can easily get banned on Amazon.
Yeah, it's not difficult. So you moved from ecom to education.
Right, yeah.
Do you still have an e-commerce store? Do you still manage that at all?
Yeah, so it's funny because like now my e-commerce program actually funnels me leads for new products because I'm always partnering with like students.
Fucking right.
So like
It's called the Ecom Degree University.
Yeah.
I was just looking it up.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to get the name right. And so that acts as a funnel for your business. They're synchronistic.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the track record, the history, and then you're still learning and developing the real-time aspects to it. Do you update the course with new things that you're learning?
Yeah. So I'm consistently updating the course and I'm actually about to release ED 2.0, which is like a whole re-recorded, updated, revisited version of the course, and then all of the members are going to get free access to that. So
take us to the beginning. When you decided, hey, this would be cool to teach my friends how to do this, or it's working for my friends, let me teach others and get paid to do it. How did you design the course? How did you find somebody to help, or did you design it yourself? Did you use a tool?
Yeah, so like this was back in 2018, and it was like I was telling you, like so many people were asking me to help them that it got to the point where I just couldn't help everyone because the people that I was helping I was helping them individually, and it got to the point where I was like, yeah, I can't help all these people, like I just can't. So I created the program because I saw that there was demand, and literally I really just did it all myself, just recording, all the videos with just my webcam. I didn't do it any like fancy type of way. I just made sure I had all the information in there. And then I used a platform called Teachable, which is just a software to host courses.
Okay.
And I packaged it all in there, named all the videos. Then I had it out. It took me like a couple months to make it all, simply because all of my attention wasn't directed towards it because I still was running e-commerce stores. But when I had everything together, I put it on Teachable and then I released it. And then, from 2018 to now, we have like over 2,000 students.
Well, you're 22 now,
right?
And you've got a lot of students. You've got a lot of time. What's the next 5-10 years look for you? You've got a lot of time till 30.
Yes. So, I mean, I would say my main goal is I've put a lot of time towards like recreating my program. That's why I'm excited about ED 2.0 because I'm like professionally recording everything, edits, everything. I really just want to grow that as well as I want to also create like an ecom brand that has something to do with my program as well.
What does that mean to you, creating a brand?
So I want to create. I don't want to create just like a drop shipping brand or anything like that. I want to create like a brand that I'm actually passionate behind. It still hasn't come to me what it is, so I'm still focused on just scaling the program. But I want something that I can, because I'm all about focusing on one thing, right? So I don't want it to be too far off from what I'm already doing.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to like create some type of brand that can collaborate with what I already have going on with Ecom Degree University. But I see Ecom Degree University reaching like 1 million students.
So you have Ecom Degree University, but you offer different packages within that.
Yes.
Can you explain how you came up with that and what are the differences in packages?
Yeah, so at first I just had the full program, and then I realized that some people.
What is the cost on the full program?
So full program right now is $599. But
$599.
yes.
Yeah.
So when I released it after a couple of years, I realized that some people just aren't always going to just fully commit to paying that price. So I needed to come out with some lower ticket products and just over deliver in value to convince people that my main program is worth buying, right? So then I released some like mini courses. So I created a case study on how I made $350,000 on Amazon in under a month. So I created like a case study on that, and I dropped it for like $35. And when I dropped that, we had like over 600 people join in like a month, 2 months.
Yeah.
And that acted as kind of like a funnel into my full course, because when you over deliver to people,
Yeah.
and they realize that you're really providing value, they start to wonder like, okay, like I wonder what his full program, like what's in there. So right now I just have like my full program and that lower ticket product.
How many people, like what percentage of people get the lower ticket product and then funnel into the full program?
I'd probably say like 30%.
That's awesome. Is the full program still $599?
Yeah.
Don't you offer $10,000? There's a $10,000 something.
Nah, actually on Teachable it's $10,000 because I don't want people to buy it on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like a separate website for where they buy it.
Why is that? They take a higher fee or something?
Yeah.
Do you offer direct consulting or coaching?
So I have like it's called an ED Elite Mastermind for like, right now it's like for my top students. It's a $5,000 mastermind. I don't really talk about it on social media or anything like that, but yeah, it is like an inner circle.
You guys are hearing the exclusive right
now.
now.
Yeah. Well, we do like weekly live trainings and stuff like that. But yeah, for like anyone that's interested though, every Sunday I do free e-commerce trainings.
What's the difference between that and the what's the mastermind? What'd you call it? The ecom mastermind?
So the mastermind is more just like, it's more advanced stuff that like if I were to talk about, it'd probably sound like a different language to most people just because it's so like complex, like on like Facebook ad stuff and like
you got a white
things
belt
like that.
class and a black belt class.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So like on my free trainings that I do every Sunday, it's like an A to Z thing, meaning like if you know nothing about e-commerce, but you want to get into making money online, you're going to want to attend that class because I'm going to take you from knowing nothing about e-commerce to knowing a lot about it and understanding how I made money and how you can make money.
And how many weeks does it take for somebody to get through that program and get to a place where they could join the mastermind?
So my full program, my $599 program, is
how many weeks would you need a friend
your Sunday
attend?
training?
The free
training.
training.
So on my free training, it's an hour-long training.
Okay, and you would just do that one time?
I do that every week.
No, if I'm a viewer wanting to learn drop shipping, I would only need to attend that free training one time.
Yeah, you would only need to attend it once. But I have people that attend it like frequently.
Religiously, yeah.
Just because they like it, like going.
And okay, so how is also, you know, I ask you questions on Instagram every now and again and you answer, but is that because I've met you? Like, does someone who's got your $49 or even your $600 course in New Zealand or Ghana, do they have the opportunity to hit you up on Instagram and get a reply on questions?
Yeah, I try to answer all my DMs, but even with like if you join my mini course, it comes with a group chat, like a free group chat. And then if you join my full program, then it has its own private.
Is the mini
group
course
chat
the
as
case
well.
study?
Yeah.
And then the full program is...
And then the full program has its own Telegram group chat with all of the students in there. And a lot of times before I even get to a question, I have like my high level students already answering the questions for me.
Do you ask them to do that, or that's just something they
Nah, it's just something they do.
like getting called on in class? I want to answer the question.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's super cool. And then what's the $49 a case study on Amazon?
Right.
The $5.99 is
That's like the full A to Z.
Well, how
And
did
is
you
that
come
for-
up with that number? Where did $5.99 come from?
I mean, I've just been raising the price on it just every year. I just add like $100 on it.
because it's giving people success and they're paying for it.
Yeah.
Is that focused on Amazon FBA?
That one's focused on Shopify dropshipping and Amazon. It teaches both.
Oh, that's solid.
Has anybody actually ever paid the $10,000 for the course on Teachable?
Yeah, I refunded them.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
But has
You were
it
ruling
has it
for
happened
that.
more than once?
Nah, it only happened once.
Okay.
That's awesome. So what's what's going to be the big difference between this and 2.0?
So the 2.0 is just gonna be, I'm gonna condense the information. So I'm gonna make it way more easier to understand. And then a bunch of new things that I haven't talked about, I'm gonna talk about. So like, for example, like the iOS 14 update that Apple did has affected Facebook ads a little bit. So I'm gonna talk about that.
For anyone listening who doesn't know, and correct me if I'm wrong again, but that's what they've updated is to where if you're not on the Facebook app, Facebook cannot be listening in on you anymore. So they're missing out on
No more
stalking
spying,
you.
No
Yeah.
more prying.
Yeah. Which isn't really too much of a big deal, but people are trying to make it seem like a big deal. But I'll be talking about things like that and like just different marketing strategies. Like I've had success running Snapchat ads, and I don't talk about that in the regular Ecom degree. So I'll probably have like a full module on Snapchat ads. And then just like production wise, it's just going to be on a whole nother level. Like, you know, just HD quality, edits, probably captions, show notes, like the whole thing.
How do you funnel people into Ecom Degree University?
So the I would say is the free trainings every Sunday. So I deliver so much value on Sundays that I basically make people like just want to join so bad that they just join.
Well,
Yeah.
if your course is one of your best selling products or some,
Right.
it's a product.
Right.
Are you running ads for the course to get this in front of people?
I run ads to my free training. So I'm spending probably like close to $10,000 a month just for people to go to my free training.
So you create content. You've got your podcast. You've got your Instagram Reels. You've got your Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you do Facebook?
Yeah, I post on Facebook. Instagram's my main thing though.
Do you promote yourself on Snap as well?
Not really.
Okay, so you're using those and and then
Clubhouse.
Yeah, I'm on Clubhouse a little bit, but Instagram's more like where I post most of my stuff.
So you got
And Twitter too. Twitter's big.
Oh, Twitter's big for you?
Yeah, Twitter's big for me.
What makes Twitter big for you?
Simply like just the community on Twitter is big. I feel like a lot of people are asleep on Twitter. Twitter has more of a viral aspect than Instagram does.
Really?
So it's easier to go viral on Twitter than it is on Instagram, simply because like a retweet holds more weight than what a like will get you on
That's a
Instagram.
good point.
Right?
Yeah.
And on your handles, it's at William_Rivera.
Yeah, so it's at William_Rivera on Instagram and then at the Will Rivera on Twitter.
So you funnel by putting out content pretty much aggressively on
Across all
most of them,
platforms.
but focus on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then you run ads to capture that audience even more, funnel them into your live seminars or live workshops,
Yeah,
rather.
my free training.
And
Once
then
they're
that's
in there,
that's where the close happens.
you want to provide so much
Yeah.
value to them that they
Yeah.
go forth and buy your product.
Yeah, and like I've seen so much success from doing this because like even the people that don't end up buying or even the people that may not afford to buy, like they just still get so much value from the Sunday
That's
trainings
awesome.
that they just become like a lifetime supporter of my content.
yeah.
So, you know, I gain followers, I gain supporters on my content. And, you know, it's just doing the free trainings has like grown my business so much.
You said freedom is what drives you. What is it about freedom to you that specifically drives you? You just want to be able to do whatever, whenever? Is it
I
something
mean,
specific? You want to give back?
Really, that's it, because I've been like, you know, I've worked so many jobs.
Yeah.
So like I know what it's like to like be hooping at 2 p.m. but you got to cut the game short because you work at 3. You know, like
Yeah.
so like just being able to like just, you know, do whatever I want when I want and be able to like stop doing something when I feel like I don't want to do it anymore. Just that alone is like worth just having my own business.
What do you do when you get this? You know, we talked about it earlier on the podcast. You called it Wi-Fi money, and before the podcast, we called it. You know, we were talking about getting internet money and getting those margins, and then flipping it into different investment vehicles.
Right.
What are you doing right now to increase revenue streams and your wealth?
Right. So right now, I mean, I'm still the biggest believer in the best investment is in your own business. So like a lot of the money I make, I dump it right back into Facebook ads for my business. But other than like doing that, I invest into real estate. So I just got my first investment property in Jonesboro. I bought it like 30.
Congrats.
Yeah, appreciate it. I bought it like 30 or 40 days ago, and we already got like 15 offers on it.
What is it? Is it a house?
Yeah, it's a 3-bedroom house, 2-bath.
Nice.
We bought it for like 114, put like 10K into it, and we're getting offers for like 215. We got one for 218. So
That's
like
big, bro.
Yeah. So it's doing good. And also I dump money into like the stock market, crypto, things like that.
Not so good right now, crypto.
Yeah, crypto.
Hey, great time to pop in.
Yeah, good time to get in.
Hey, great time to buy. Yeah. So like I'm into things like that, and I'm into like untraditional ways of like utilizing money, like crypto loans and just things like that.
What about when you're not the Ecom god? What about when you're William Rivera? What's life like? You got a girlfriend, you said?
Yeah, I got a girlfriend, Jenny, so been with her for a year now. So I mean, I like hanging out with her, hanging out with my friends.
You got her on an Ecom store yet?
Nah, but she's definitely soaking up the game.
That's what's up.
I mean, I'm like, you can ask any of my friends, like I'm obsessed with this shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like just into like reading like marketing things or just learning about marketing, especially like when you told me like you wanted to learn about like how I've gone ecom degree and stuff. Like I'm obsessed with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like just so I'm like always involved in like learning things like that.
And then your girlfriend's just getting that
Yeah,
game.
she's just
That's
soaking up
that,
the game.
You know Russ is the rapper?
Yeah.
He's got a line. He's like, I give my girls a new life. You give your girl a new bag. Like, and it's true. Like you see those memes and like, I feel like we're all on that same wavelength. It's like, you know, I've got my girlfriend to a place now where, you know, I hope this is true, where she'd rather me buy her crypto than a Chanel bag.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the new wave too. Like it's like young people, we learned we had this internet and what we can do with the internet, and that's just translating to older generations and, you know, different kinds of people who are saying, oh shit, internet money is the real deal. Mm-hmm. So do you want to, you know, when you're not making internet money, do you still play basketball?
Yeah.
You work out a lot?
Yeah, all the time.
You read?
All the time, yeah.
What are some of your books?
So right now I'm reading this book called One to Many. It's by Jason Fladlien.
Okay.
And it's about, you know, webinars and having the perfect webinar, which is basically what I do every Sunday. Free training webinar.
That's the book I need to read right now.
Yeah, so like Jason Fladlien, for you guys that don't know who he is, do you know who Russell Brunson is?
Of course.
Owner of ClickFunnels.
Yep.
So Jason Fladlien is the guy that trained Russell Brunson how to do his trainings, how to do his webinars. It's a very low-key guy. There's not a lot of content about him, but they call him the $100 million webinar man because he's been able to make over $100 million just off webinars.
What's his book called? One to Many?
It's called One to Many. So it's a really, really good book. And I actually went to a mastermind in Miami a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. One of my mentors threw a mastermind over there. And, you know, he's doing like $1 million a month off his webinars. And he told me like everything he learned was from that book. So yeah. I'm just soaking up the knowledge on that one.
Would you ever make a course focused on building courses?
Yeah, hell yeah. Once I make like, I would say once I make like over $1 million off these webinars, I'll start teaching people how to make like 6 figures off a webinar.
Let me ask you, since you mentioned ClickFunnels, could you ever have a product go straight from Facebook ad to a ClickFunnel, or do you need a website that converts every time? Does that make, you know what I'm saying?
You can have an ad go straight to a funnel.
And you can make, so you don't need a website. You can just go.
Yeah. So the way my funnel's set up is mm-hmm. I run a Facebook ad. So like I have different ads running. Maybe you've seen some of my ads.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you click on my ad, it will take you to a funnel where you can opt in for my free training. Mm-hmm. So you give me your email, your phone number, and then once you click the button, I get that information, and it takes you to, before it takes you to the thank you page, it takes you to an upsell page where it's like, hey, before Sunday, I put together something for you, and it's all 3 of my mini courses. You know the mini course that I told you that's 35?
Yep.
I put that course and my Snapchat ads course that I haven't dropped, and then my 0 to 100K blueprint for dropshipping. I put all 3 of those together for $27. So it's at like a very low price. So it's basically an upsell where I'm saying, hey, I put together this offer for you guys since you registered for my training. You can't find this offer anywhere else. So if you want something to watch before Sunday, you can get this right now for $27.
That's what's up.
My goal for that upsell isn't to make money, but the reason why that upsell is so key is because I might spend $2,000 in Facebook ads in a week, but I might make $2,000 in sales with that upsell. So now my ad spend is free.
Yeah.
And now I just got all these leads from my training for free. And then when I close on my training, all of that is profit because my upsell pays for my ad spend. That's
awesome.
something Russell Brunson teaches in his books. So it's something that I've applied to like what I do.
So when you're reading books, you read more tactical game books than like mindset books. Yeah. I feel like I find my life to be cyclical between those. Sometimes I
like both though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So we know, he asked in 5 years what's going to happen. We got, ED 2.0 coming out. We've got your Snapchat work coming out. Where are you going to be in 10 years? You got that, let's say you got that one brand that just pops off, the one, that hasn't hit you yet, but it will soon. That pops off. Where are you in 10 years?
10 years.
At a whopping 32 years old. You're so young, dude. It's insane.
Bro, it's crazy. I tell people all the time, I don't even be looking 10 years out because I'm so focused on like what I'm doing today, what I'm doing tomorrow. But 10 years.
You got to, bro, because you gotta see it down the line and reverse engineer.
It's gonna get here if you're lucky and fortunate. If God loves you, you'll be 10 years older and hopefully 20, 30, 40 years older. So stepping in that direction, where are you headed?
Right. I mean, yeah, that's true. I do need to think about that, but I would say I want to have kind of like my own university. Like I want to bring Ecom Degree University into real life,
like a college campus.
Have my own like campus.
That's
where
sick.
Instead of having like a building of English or building of math, you got an e-commerce building. Dude. Maybe you got like a Facebook ads building.
William Rivera's business school. E-commerce at Kennesaw State. Dude, that would be hard. That would be super cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I'm excited for you. And any way we can help, you have a platform with us, whether you want to speak or whether you want to hop on a podcast episode. We're getting into the membership program too. We're trying to figure that out. So when you drop a course, we'll be happy to, get in on that. I think what you're doing is amazing. The fact that you're so young is incredible. The fact that you want to help people with these free seminars, your intentions are in the right place. And ultimately, that's going to help you manifest far faster and far greater than people.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. And so, definitely no matter what life throws at you, focus on, the Gary V, jab, hook, add value, ask for value. And I think the way you do it is, it's not super slick, because that would be like a misintention, but it's in such an overhauling way of giving value that obviously people are going to be like, yo, when I want to make a store, I'll go back to the guy who told me how to do it and didn't ask for anything. So I think that's amazing. I'm excited to see what ED 2.0 is going to be like. Dude, the amount of gems you've dropped on this, I'm grateful you came on, man. This was
tons of clippable content.
Yeah, this was one of the best podcasts in terms of information or in general that we've had. So I appreciate you coming out. Man, where can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on here, man.
Of course.
You said at William_Rivera
on
Instagram?
On Instagram, at William_Rivera. On Twitter, The Will Rivera, at The Will Rivera. And, if you want to attend any of these free trainings that I host every single Sunday, you can go to www.ecomdegreeu.com/learn.
Awesome, man. And learn about advertising, learn about building a community and an organization, learn about Amazon, FBA, as well as some of the other ones, but mainly Amazon FBA and then Shopify Dropshipping. You're the guy around here for that. Man, thank you again so much for coming on.
Big time.
Guys, you know where to subscribe to us at HSTLUP, www.hstlup.com. Shout out to all y'all. We got another event coming up soon. Be on the lookout. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Clint.
Hustle up.